Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a bit different and, frankly, a lot of fun. We're forensically deconstructing a single, slightly absurd kitchen gadget. You know the exact kind of tool I'm talking about, right? Those highly specific, sometimes completely bizarre inventions you find lurking in the back of a kitchen drawer that make you stop and just wonder who on earth designed this and what were they actually thinking. Well, today we've got a prime specimen to investigate, and we're going to break down its form, its function, and all of its little quirks.
But before I even show you the visual evidence, I want to hook you with a question. I want you to seriously ask yourself, what does slicing raw poultry have to do with opening a cold beverage? Just keep that highly unusual pairing right in the back of your mind as we kick off our investigation. Okay, let's dive into this. At first glance, this looks like a pretty standard culinary scene. We've got a pristine white plastic cutting board. Resting right on it is a smooth, pale piece of raw chicken breast. Approaching from the left is a sleek chef's knife right in the middle of making a slice. But holding the entire operation down is this incredibly peculiar, almost medieval-looking stainless steel gadget. It's totally fascinating, right? By just freezing and observing this one single moment in time, there is literally an incredible amount of information to unpack about how we actually design tools for our daily lives.
Unpacking the kitchen scene.
So anyone who's ever prepped dinner knows for sure that raw chicken is inherently difficult to handle. I mean, it's slippery, it's wet, and trying to manage it safely with a really sharp knife can be a real challenge. But notice how this tool addresses that exact problem. We see 5 distinct, sharp metal prongs actively digging deep into the pale flesh of the meat. It's completely immobilizing the chicken against that white plastic board, basically taking all the unpredictability out of your prep work.
Anatomy of the grip.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the observable features that immediately highlight the heavy-duty nature of this tool. We can deduce a solid stainless steel construction just from the shine alone. We see those 5 curved stabilizing prongs we just talked about. Above them is a flat, expansive, almost shield-like body. Attached to that is an angled handle designed for a firm, top-down grip. And finally, sitting right there in the upper middle of the shield, an integrated bottle opener cutout. Every single physical element you see here was a highly intentional choice made by an engineer.
Notice that bright reflective surface. It's heavy-duty stainless steel. And this isn't just an aesthetic choice, it's absolutely vital. This tool literally has to survive constant exposure to the wet, messy environment of raw meat juices, and it has to withstand the heavy-duty abrasive scrubbing required to sanitize it afterward.
Slicing and safety mechanics.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the tool relies on a distinct sequence of action mechanics. First, you anchor the raw chicken firmly to the board. Second, the wide metal body creates a solid physical barrier for the holding hand. And third, and you've really got to notice the interaction between the knife and the tool here, it perfectly guides the blade against that leftmost prong to ensure an even slice. The gadget isn't just holding the meat in place, it's simultaneously acting as a ruler and a guide rail for the chef's knife.
Just look at the user's thumbnail, gripping that angled handle. That wide steel body acts as a literal protective shield, keeping your fingers safely elevated and entirely away from the sharp edge, making the slice right below it. It's a very clever ergonomic design choice, focused purely on keeping you safe.
The multi-tool paradox.
Now, focus on that distinctive cutout at the top of the steel shield because, honestly, it creates a hilarious contradiction. On one hand, you have the dream of the ultimate multitasker, right? The supposed convenience of prepping your dinner and popping open a cold bottled drink using the exact same tool. But on the other hand, you have the glaring hygienic reality. You are using a raw meat handler as a bottle opener. Just think about the cross-contamination risk of having raw chicken juices perilously close to the very instrument you use to open a beverage you're about to consume. It's a truly humorous contrast between an overly ambitious product design and the stark, everyday realities of kitchen hygiene.
So the crucial point is, how do we actually judge this? I mean, is combining these 2 vastly different kitchen functions into one solid piece of metal a stroke of genius? Or is it just a glaring hygienic contradiction? Did the designers achieve an engineering triumph of ultimate utility, or did they simply overthink it and create a somewhat messy mistake?
Taking one last look at this unique tool in action, let's see how this builds up to a bigger picture. It really shows how one simple snapshot reveals an incredibly complex story. What started as just slicing chicken revealed layers of product design, safety mechanics, material durability, and, well, the highly questionable logic of the multi-tool. It shows just how much thought
and sometimes severe overthought, goes into the objects we use every single day.
So I want to leave you with this provocative final thought. In the quest for ultimate kitchen convenience, have we engineered a bridge too far? The next time you're cooking, take a second look at the tools you're using. Ponder the bizarre innovations hiding in your own kitchen drawers. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep observing, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.